Arch Rivals Football, in collaboration with the Playmakers blog, presents Bearing Down the Gridiron, sponsored by NFLShop.com, Fanatics, and Points.com. Here are your hosts for the show, Alex, the Bearman Kazzaz, and Darnell, the Playmaker Sallins. Executively produced by Ricky, a.k.a. the Master of Mayhem, Litwinkowich. Kickoff starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bearing Down the Gridiron with your host, Down the Gridiron. Sallins here, and that man who should have a big smile on his face because this past weekend was all his week. I have nothing to say. I can't even. There's nothing I can do to put the flame out because this is his week. That's the man over in Texas, the Bear Man. How you doing, sir?
So to everybody that called me a stupid idiot for picking Tennessee and TCU, let's hear it, y'all. What? How do y'all like me now?
He's trolling you out the gate.
Hey, they started it. I'm finishing it, baby.
I'm being trolled out the gate.
I mean, no, not you. I mean, it's not like you resorted to name calling, but you know what? Hey, the fact that I'm good at my job, I made people mad, baby.
Oh my God,
guys, it's a judgment call. You gotta make these judgment calls. I felt sure that TCU had what it took, and TCU rallied. I mean, I think that's what hurts them the most. TCU came back. And here's the deal. We're all sick of Alabama. Darnell, I know you are too. You just don't want to admit it. You're sick and tired of Alabama as well. And it's far beyond the fact that you love your Gators.
Yeah, nothing to do with Gators. I love Alabama. What you mean?
I mean, I am sick of it because, the only way they can beat Texas is by taking out the quarterback.
You're sick of them winning because you can't beat them. I get it. I understand. I
mean, one way or the other, the Florida Gators will once again rule the SEC. One way or the other.
Yeah, dude, I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping at all.
But still, all those people that said I'm an idiot for picking TCU, I'm still waiting. Come on, let's spit it out. How do you like me now?
And yes, we are on here on a Monday night because of my work schedule. I have to close Wednesday night, so I won't be available. So we have to do it Monday night. So we are here right now.
But I will have something to say about UT, but I'll save it to when we get to that point.
Yeah. So
they got the win, but I still got a bit of a statement to make.
Anyway, Bearing Down the Gridiron is brought to you by Fanatics, Paramount Plus, NFL Shop, a whole bunch of other stuff that we have going on here. So, as we always do, we got the ticket down here at the bottom. You got your new AP Top 25 right down here. If you want to make a donation, you can make a donation to us on the Cash App at the Playmakers, or you can go to PayPal to the website Pain Train Productions, or the email Pain Train Productions, PT Final. If you want to make a donation and all stuff like that. But let's get right to it because y'all know how we started off. It is time for the one, the only. Let me get the right graphic up here. There we go. It is time for the 2-minute drill. And then we get 2 minutes on the clock, please. And Bearman, you know how we roll. So let's begin the 2-minute drill. Right. All right. Before I start the clock.
Go.
All right, let's go.
Well, the Tennessee Volunteers jump to number 3, while Alabama falls to number 6. How do you like me now?
Indiana backup quarterback plans to transfer after the season. The backup quarterback announced Monday that he would transfer at the end of the season. Coach Tom Allen confirmed the development at the start of his weekly news conference.
And it seems to me like Tennessee, they're seeking donations to help pay for new goalposts because we saw what those fans did. It's bad enough they got fined $100K for what happened.
And of course, you can't do that in the SEC. Minnesota not yet ruling out quarterback Tanner Morgan for Saturday. Senior quarterback Tanner Morgan has not been ruled out for Saturday's game against Penn State. Minnesota coach P.J. Fleck said on Monday that Morgan woke up feeling better on Sunday and his availability would be determined by medical professional over the course of the week.
And apparently Nick Saban had a little statement to make about his defense, calling him, quote, too soft late against Tennessee.
One receiver had all the touchdowns. I mean, what more?
Not to mention USC suffered their first loss of the season against the University of Utah. He had one job. They didn't get it done.
And finally, new Georgia Tech AD Jay Bratt in no hurry to hire football coach. Athletic director Jay Bratt knows most Georgia Tech fans wants to know what's going on with the Yellow Jackets' next permanent head coach. The fans will have to wait, however, to see how Bratt goes about his business and learn how Brent Keys performed as intro coach after a 2-0 start for the Yellow Jackets. Ooh, what time to spare?
15 seconds.
How you like me now? How you like me now? That was the 2-minute drill. All right, we're going to take a great break because I have to gather myself because I know it's coming next. We'll be back.
Paint Train Pipe Bomb Productions and the Playmakers blog are now both partnered with Fanatics. Fanatics is now your new home for all fan merchandise from the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, MLS, NASCAR, WWE, international soccer leagues, and golf. Check out the links below for everyday deals on fanatics.com.
All right, welcome back. Check out Fanatics, all the great deals, all the stuff you can buy to rep your team, rep your team, have fun, and all that good stuff. But now, here we go. Bearman's been waiting for this ever since Saturday took place. It's time for the Gridiron Roundup for Week 7. And as you look at here, we begin in the Big Ten as number 10 Penn State was in Ann Arbor, Michigan to take on the Michigan Wolverines. And I think I found a trend here, Bearman. You don't go into halftime trying to fight Michigan in the tunnel.
Nope.
Because after that point, yeah, you see what the final score was.
You were talking about Michigan. You know what the problem is in Penn State's case?
What is that?
Is that under their coach, Mr. Coach Franklin, their record against the ranked teams, it's far beyond convincing in a positive manner, is it not?
Well,
and how much is he getting paid in that contract he got from Penn State?
There's only one loss. They only lost one game. State first loss of the season. They were well defeated until they were.
It's not just this season, but it's overall. Like all the losses against the highly ranked teams, and a coach that's being paid the way he's being paid. I mean, yeah, I get it. You got to invest, but but sometimes if you're not able to get it done against the good teams, what good does that do? I mean, that goes well with my Dallas Cowboys, but that's another story for another time. The point is, when a team has all that talent and they can't do well against the good teams, much like can't even beat them, that's a bad image, my friend.
Come to find out, we having technical difficulties. We're not on Facebook, so we're just on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, which is interesting.
Well, we're live, so we're good. We're somewhere.
Okay. All right, sticking into the Big Ten, Minnesota was on the road to take on 24th ranked and surprising Illinois team, and Illinois 26-14. Go to 6-1 on the season. Big win for them in conference play, Bearman.
Big win indeed, 26-14.
And then we go to the state of Texas.
My backyard, baby.
Fort Worth, Texas, to be exact. It was a game of the week, but it was a game of the week for the Big 12. You had 8th-ranked Oklahoma State coming in at 5-0, going against 13th-ranked TCU, who was also 5-0 after they come up. They first undefeated battle with Kansas in the previous week over in Lawrence, Kansas. They come home. They were down double digits to Oklahoma State, and all of a sudden, the comeback took place. To the point of which the man that's my partner, the Bear Man, had a live look at.
Because I was there, baby. And this is all thanks to you, Darnell, because you strongly suggested and I made it happen. Now, I wasn't actually at the game. I was actually in a bar on the TCU campus, so I kind of was there. I was around a lot of TCU fans and students, so I still had the bit of the experience. Oh, what a fun day that was. You know, it's funny because Kirk Herbstreit, he picked Oklahoma State, didn't he?
I couldn't watch game day. I had to work. So I don't know who picked who.
I mean, based on the TCU fans, the reactions, especially on social media, there was quite something. And TCU was down 24-7 at one point, and it all came down to the end. They rallied, and we had a game, baby.
Double overtime. Oklahoma State gets a field goal. TCU gets a touchdown. That's how it is.
And the fact that TCU, having a lead but could not maintain it, that said it all.
So my Oklahoma State Cowboys took one.
Wait, your Oklahoma State Cowboys?
I picked them to win the Big 12. That's one that's going to sting. Because now TCU and Kansas State has the inside track on Oklahoma State. Kansas State, Jesus Christ. What did they say Kansas State? Speaking of something that's surprising, let's go to New York. Let's go to Syracuse.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Syracuse 5-0 had their first test of their season when they hosted 15th-ranked NC State, and I don't think that was a test, man.
I mean, I thought North Carolina State would get it done, but they got overwhelmed. A 15-point loss.
Like, what I miss?
That's the question. What did we miss?
Because good gracious, 24 points given up by the Wolfpack defense.
The Wolfpack.
The Orange Men sliced up the Wolfpack. Good gracious, I did not see that coming. Well then, that's how that things goes in football. Any given weekend, even given Sunday, even given Saturday.
Any given day.
And as we move on, BYU, BYU. What we gonna do with y'all when y'all come to the Big 12? Another failed test. You was at home this time when you hosted Arkansas from the SEC, and Arkansas was not playing no games in Utah.
No, they weren't.
Man. Is BYU ready to come to the Big 12?
Nope. I mean, KJ Jefferson throwing 5 touchdowns, 29 for 40. And on the rushing game, Raheem Sanders, 15 carries, 175 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an average of about 12 yards per carry. That's got to feel good for a running back. to carry the ball 15 times, get almost 200 yards, average close to 12 yards per carry, and score twice. Now that feels good. I mean, that's a story to tell the kids and the grandkids one day, right?
And then we get to the game of the year. Knoxville, Tennessee, the site of college game day, game of the week for us. Number 6, Tennessee, 5-0 on the season. Hosting number 3, 6-0, Alabama Crimson Tide. It's been 15 years, Bearman. 15 years. And the city of Knoxville went ballistic of excitement as the Volunteers take down Bama 52-49.
I called it, didn't I? I called it. That Tennessee would win. But at first it was like assuming that Bryce Young was not going to play.
He played.
And he played all right. But TCU, I don't like you saying that. But Tennessee, we got to go over the stats because, how do you beat a team like Alabama the way you just did? Let's be honest, is Alabama really as good as they've been lately? I mean, I think they've kind of gone back.
Didn't you say Nick Saban called their defense what?
Soft. Let me I should say it like this. Apparently Nick Saban, there was only one word he could describe the Alabama defense, and I'm going to spell it out for you. S-O-F-T. Soft. And you can't teach that.
One wide receiver destroyed the entire secondary of Alabama.
Jalen Hyatt, 6 catches, 207 yards, 5 touchdowns. Now, I was talking about the guy earlier at Arkansas.
Wait. Repeat that again, because I don't think they heard you at the big house.
Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, better open up them ears because I'm going to say it again. 6 catches, 207 yards, 5 touchdowns. What's the average, you ask? 35 yards per catch. Do I need to go again? Go for the hat trick?
One man destroyed the secondary of Alabama. I mean, Hayden Hooker had a good game, but Bryce Young had the better numbers. But one receiver destroyed Alabama.
I spoke about the Arkansas players having a game to tell the story to the kids and the grandkids. Now this guy, Jalen Hyatt, now that's the story to tell the kids and the grandkids one day. That's going to go down in the dude's family right there.
He's in Tennessee history.
Oh, big time.
The most points Alabama has given up in the Nick Saban era, 52. The most penalty Alabama has committed in the Nick Saban era, 17. And yet Bryce Young still kept them in the goddamn game. That's what the record. What was Bryce Young numbers?
Oh, Bryce Young's number as well. They certainly tell something too. 35 for 52, 455 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
What more do you want?
And you know what's funny? A certain person that you and I know very well actually was so enthused about this game, he actually tweeted about it. Do you know who I'm talking about? He's actually the mayor in a city in Tennessee.
Hell, they had Peyton Manning on college game day.
No, I'm not talking about him. I'm not talking about him.
I won't be surprised if that big red monster didn't show up on college game day too.
And that's right. Well, we're talking about Glenn Jacobs. I mean, his alter ego didn't show up as far as we know. He was too busy burning things.
No, the Tennessee fans were too busy burning up things.
Glenn Jacobs, who as we know is Kane, was even admittedly impressed. He even wished the team luck before the game started.
This game's going to go down in Tennessee history for the rest of eternity. 15 years. That's a long time. That is a long time.
Very long time.
And then we come down to the state of Florida. We had a rivalry game in Gainesville, and we had a rivalry game. Well, not a rivalry game. We had a matchup in Tallahassee. First up in Gainesville, Florida Gators taking on LSU. JT Daniels looked like JT Daniels for once. He looked like the quarterback that you expected LSU to get when he left Arizona State. 45-35, LSU moves to 5-2. Florida drops to 4-3. Brian Kelly gets his second rivalry win. He got one against Auburn. Now he gets his second rivalry win in the SEC over Florida. Billy Napier, you're 0-2. You lost to Tennessee. Now you lost to LSU. And then we go up and we travel to Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. It was the Clemson Tigers ranked 4th in the country, coming in at 6-0, taking on the Florida State Seminoles 4-2. This was the last of that gauntlet that I kept telling people about Florida State. And Bearman decided at the last minute he wanted to join in on the fun. 34-28, Clemson goes to 7-0 and dropped Florida State down to 4-3.
Okay, I think the world loves seeing you tear Florida State apart. I mean, the way you tear Florida State apart, it's like me destroying a certain team apart.
I told y'all wasn't going to survive this gauntlet. Wake Forest, NC State, Clemson. Well, all those resorted to L's for Florida State. You won your first 4 games, and then you hit that stretch, and I knew you was going to fall. Wake Forest, comeback victory. NC State, comeback victory. Clemson was in control of the whole game.
Florida State did spark a comeback. They were down 34-14.
Yeah. They lost 3 in a row.
And you love it.
3 in a row.
Look at that. Florida and Florida State have the same record.
Yeah, you know the difference is Mike Norvell's in his 3rd season with Florida State. Billy Nephe's in his 1st season with Florida. Ha! How you like them apples? Florida State. And by the way, Miami fans, y'all shut the hell up. When was the last time y'all was on my program?
So let me ask you, are you looking forward to November 25th?
I got important business beforehand. I don't jump ahead. Okay, I don't jump ahead. One week.
Well, yeah, because in about 12 days. Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to skip through that first. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that this week.
Yeah, a certain wrestler would say, since it's the alma mater of a certain wrestler, he would say, "Who's next?" Florida, apparently. Well, not for Georgia.
Yeah.
Soon, Florida's gonna be next.
We don't say that for next week. Okay.
All
All right. The Kentucky Wildcats, Lexington, Kentucky, 22nd ranked Kentucky Wildcats, 5-1 on the season, 4-2 on the season. They was hosting 16 ranked Mississippi State 5-1 on the season, and as I thought, Kentucky takes home the victory, 27-17, going to 5-2. Both teams are 5-2 on the season. And the one thing that got Bearman had a terrific Saturday until Saturday night game. Let's go to Utah, Bearman.
Yeah, that's what ruined my perfect record this week.
Number 20, the Utah trying to bounce back after losing to UCLA the week before in embarrassing fashion, by the way. They was hosting a high-power flying offense of number 7. The Trojans of USC undefeated. And it started off with the way that Bearman liked it. You know, USC jumped out early, and you kind of figured, I don't think Utah has enough to come back and do anything. But lo and behold, 43-42, USC suffers their first loss of the season, and Utah keeps themselves alive in the Pac-12 South. Nothing for Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams.
They had one job and they didn't get it done. A last second, 2-point conversion made the difference at the end, didn't it? Ugh.
Hey, Tobacco Bearman. A basketball rivalry comes to football. It was North Carolina 5-1 on the season taking on Duke, who was 4-2 on the season. A thing that we never thought we would see in football, Bearman. And boy, did it live up to the rivalry of Tobacco Road basketball. 38-35. Shout out to them Char Heels of North Carolina getting the big road win at Duke.
38-35. Like a second half of college basketball. Well, I should say a certain half.
And by the way, guess who's ranked number 1 in college basketball?
North Carolina?
North Carolina. Guess who's ranked number 7?
Duke.
Would you look at that? We have basketball schools turning to football schools. How fun. And then we go from the Pac-12 South and the ACC going back to the Pac-12, go to the Pac-12 North. Because it was Washington State on the road to Corvallis to take on the Beavers of Oregon State. Both teams coming in at 4-2. And Oregon State defends the home turf there, man. They go to 5-2 to keep track with their arch rivals in the Civil War of Oregon.
Yeah, I kind of knew Oregon State would be able to get it done just like that.
And let's get to these picks. First up is the Bearman's pick, and look at all them check marks, and then that 1X at the bottom.
That's embarrassing.
That 1X at the bottom. Look at this destruction.
Yeah, but you know what?
Control.
The fact is, I went 2-0 on the gutsiest picks to ever make. I went 2-0 on the biggest picks that really got me a lot of heat. But again, they're still hiding, so I'm just still asking, where are you? How do you like me now?
I don't think they want the smoke this week.
I mean, right from the get-go, I told those TCU fans in that group, I told all the TCU fans in that particular sports bar where I was at. I went around, I showed them, and that got me a lot of respect. And they would ask me, what made me pick TCU? I'm like, because TCU's been playing great. I mean, if TCU can destroy Oklahoma, okay, even though Oklahoma is definitely not as good as Oklahoma State, if they can take care of Oklahoma good at home, let's see what they can do against Oklahoma State. I'm sure they can do something, and they did. Now, when TCU was losing, were they looking at me? I mean, some, yeah, but I said, guys, it ain't over. And that's why when we won, all those TCU fans that looked at me, that I simply said, how do you like me now?
It ain't over till all them clocks hit 0. Damn it. Oklahoma State couldn't hold on to a damn lead. Now let's get to my picks, shall we? 4-2. The same 2 games Bearman won, and he's happy about the 2 ones that I lost. That's why he's more. That's more reason why he happy, because I picked the other way on 2 games. If I would have went the same way, he wouldn't have been as happy. But since I went the other way, that adds to his excitement. But I do like the fact I did win that North Carolina Duke game.
We both picked one game that we both got right. Well, two actually. Michigan and Penn State.
Oh, that's because he wanted to jump on the bandwagon with me and pick on Florida State. And that's exactly what you said, too.
That means that I appreciate you, man.
He wanted to have fun with Florida State with me. He seen me having fun with Florida State. He's like, you know what? I'm jumping in against Clemson. I don't care. I'm picking Clemson.
Well, hey, I mean, we both reside in 2 of the greatest states in this country. I mean, Texas and Florida. We got pride.
So that's how that went. And now, the picks, the lead has shrunk by 1. Now I have a 4-game lead. And Bearman has finally beat me in one of these weeks. It happens. I don't bet against Alabama. And unlike Bearman, I didn't bet against my conference champion either. In Oklahoma State. But hey, it happens. So.
It's a good week too because my alma mater actually won as well, North Texas.
Everything's great in Texas. Everything's just great.
Does that you mentioned that. We even talked about Texas versus Iowa State, did we? Because that was one of my picks, and we even talked about it.
That wasn't part of the game slate that we did.
Now,
of course, Texas was going to win that game.
Okay, they got the win, but make no mistake about it. Iowa State kicked their butt. Iowa State beat their ass.
Wasn't that game at Ames, Iowa, by the way?
No, it was in Austin.
Oh.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was in Austin.
It was in Austin. Yeah.
And Iowa State came this close from winning it. They didn't win it because they fumbled. They were driving down that field, edging near pulling off an upset. And then Texas got lucky. I mean, come on. You win 24-21, right? You go from destroying your longtime arch rival Oklahoma 49-0, and then you get embarrassed by an average team like Iowa State. That happens all the time. A team gets so sucked into what they did the previous week to a team that they've had a long, historic rivalry with for God knows how long, and it goes down to that.
Never been winning muscle on in the recent years.
They could have. Iowa State, make no mistake, Iowa State kicked their ass. Iowa State deserves respect for how they challenged UT.
What's that record?
UT's record is 5-2 now, I believe.
What's Iowa State's record?
I think they came in 3-3, or maybe I think that's the record now.
And you want me to put respect on the Cyclones? No.
No, Iowa State's 3-4.
Yeah, I'm not putting no.
Cyclones. Okay, well, Darnell, the bottom line is Iowa State challenged UT. Okay, hey, Iowa State had more total yards than UT.
Hell, the damn Falcons beat the 49ers. The Jets went to Lambeau Field and beat the Packers.
And your Rams kind of basically beating a shitty Panthers team they did, yeah. But that's for tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, it happens, okay?
Yeah, just like with me with my Cowboys.
That was the Gridiron Roundup. We're going to take our final break. And then when we come back, we're going to preview Week 8. We'll be back.
The Playmakers Bar is proudly to announce that it lettered a partnership deal with Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus. Stream live sports from any device that you have, whether it's your computer, laptop, or even your cellular device. Catch breaking news live when it happens, and enjoy a mountain of entertainment from movies to shows to whatever you love doing. Paramount Plus. Plan starts at $4.99 a month, but right now you can get a free trial. Just hit that link below with the Playmakers blog and start your free trial right now. Paramount Plus, mountains of entertainment.
All right, welcome back to Down the Gridiron with your host, the Playmaker Darnell Sallins here, and my co-host, the Bearman, Kazzaz. And I think it's time for a road trip, man.
It's time to it's time to fire up the engine. It's time to bring up that luxury RV and once to go on a road trip.
Yeah, it is, because it's time for... It's time for a campus tour.
Woo-wee!
And let's begin in the ACC. We're going to Death Valley, 12 p.m. ABC. The undefeated Clemson Tigers taking on 14th ranked the Syracuse Orangemen.
Well, Syracuse got it done against North Carolina State. Now they go against Clemson.
They're going to Death Valley. It's called Death Valley for a reason.
Well, like I say, whatever place is Death Valley, only the Undertaker decides. But as Ricky says, but that's besides the point.
Death Valley was already commenced before the Undertaker even appeared in WWE.
Yeah, I could have sworn Death Valley was in California, but okay.
No, Death Valley's in Clemson.
Well, I guess there's one Death Valley on one side. There's one Death Valley on the west. There's one in the east, one in the north, one in the south, and I'm sure there's one in the center.
Syracuse, your level of competition has risen up now. You're playing the top team in the ACC. Good luck to you in Death Valley. Moving on. We're hitting the 3:30 slot early, Bearman, because we have another rivalry for Brian Kelly. This time, this ain't gonna be easy. 3:30 CBS. LSU hosting 7th-ranked Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin.
The Rebels versus the Tigers.
The last time they had a big game at Tiger Stadium, it was against Tennessee, and what happened?
Oh, Tennessee destroyed them.
Yeah, might be.
What was it, 40-17?
Yeah, I'm thinking something similar with this team because Ole Miss just is stupid, ridiculous on offense. Just ridiculous on offense. Lane Kiffin's offense is just ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna see if LSU can hang, but woo!
You say stupidly ridiculous, but it doesn't seem like it's in a bad way.
It's not. That's how lethal. Go see how many points Ole Miss scored a game.
No, I know. I'm just saying your choice of words, stupidly ridiculous.
That offense is dumb.
I mean, you often say it. I should know by now.
All right. Will this week be my revenge week because game of the week takes us to Eugene, Oregon, along with College Game Day. We have Pac-12 South visiting the Pac-12 North. Birdman's pick for the Pac-12, number 9, undefeated, UCLA Bruins, and Eugene, Oregon to take on my Pac-12 champion and number 10 ranked Oregon Ducks.
Quack, quack.
Keeping quiet. I see you over there. You're nervous.
Because this is definitely if UCLA survives this, then maybe I should get acknowledged again.
You're nervous.
Well, I mean, at this point, they beat Washington. They made it this far, so you can't say that I'm the insults, the criticism for me even thinking about UCLA winning the Pac-12. The fact is they kind of did some things already. So you know what? At one point, it could have certainly happened.
That is 3:30. That game should be on Fox. They didn't even pick the game where that game would be televised. Fox, y'all better not screw this up, okay? This is the game for y'all to broadcast. If ESPN don't broadcast it, because I don't think it should be Fox. This game should be televised. There's no way in the world this game should not be televised, okay?
Okay, Playmaker. What's the point of calling it game of the week if it's not going to be televised? Does that even make any sense?
Well, when I lit the thing, they have no station for it at the moment.
Oh, okay, well, okay. If you're in Florida, it's not going to be broadcasting in Florida. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
No,
but
when you go on the ESPN app, because I get all this from the ESPN app, that's how I know what game can be called on. That's how I know LSU and Ole Miss is on CBS. They have nothing by this game.
Nothing.
Just said 3:30. That's all it said. Like, Fox, don't play with me, okay? This is the biggest Pac-12 game in a very long time. You have 2 top 10 teams in the Pac-12. One's got to lose. Moving on. Standing in the 3:30 slot. All right. Like I said, will this be my revenge week? Because now.
Oh, dude. Don't even think about it. This is definitely going to be your revenge week.
Now, 3:30, ABC has this game. Antonio ranked. The Longhorns of Texas. Traveling to Stillwater, Oklahoma. Against 11th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys. I'm hoping there's a pissed-off Oklahoma State Cowboys team that's going to show up in Stillwater. 3:30 ABCs on Saturday.
Oh, Oklahoma State's going to kill them.
Bearman has no faith whatsoever.
I mean, come on. We've seen how mediocre this Longhorn defense is. And we saw how Oklahoma State got humiliated. Yeah, you think they're going to be pissed off?
I'm not playing with you, Oklahoma State. You got better bounce back. Hey, let's go to the American Conference. When the last time you've been to the American Conference?
Oh, what was?
Surprising Tulane Green Waves. 6-1, 5-1 day, something like that. Hosting Memphis.
Look at that Tulane logo.
That's their logo. What do you want me to do?
An angry little whatever that is.
That's a wave. They call it the Green Wave.
Yeah, it's and that thing that looks like. Let me guess. Is that a water hat that's got on its head?
Yeah, it's water. There's water at the top, and then all of a sudden the water's covered in green when you get to the place. I don't know.
And that thing it's holding, it's got Tulane.
I don't know. Well,
it's got a little Spirit Squad gimmick, right?
Oh, he said Spirit Squad.
Yeah, I know. Nick, remember when Dolph was once known as Nicky?
Don't remind me.
I mean, it just reminds me that WrestleMania 22, HBK and Vince McMahon, when Spirit Squad came in, HBK whacked them all in the head with that megaphone, as JR called it.
Lord have mercy.
I mean, hey, that was a good match, and the way JR, how he called that match, oh, JR certainly put up a masterpiece.
Hey, we finally made it on Facebook because Anthony Richards has comment. Oh, hey, Anthony, join us tomorrow night. We will get to them Eagles. To this mega bear, man. But
you beat it back up. Whoop-de-doo, buddy.
We'll get to them Eagles tomorrow. Them fly Eagles fly. All right, now we're gonna go.
Yeah. Now you're on the Fly Eagles fly bandwagon. Yeah, I wonder how much you got paid for that.
Hold on, did you not see? You don't be paying attention to everything that I do. Because I said when I was on Snowman the Moon, I was going with the Eagles that Tuesday.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they just sort of back up the same backup that your Rams defense couldn't get past. But okay, I digress.
This coming from the man who keep finding ways to find something wrong with the Cowboys or the Texas Longhorns. You hush.
Because there is always something wrong. Oh,
all right.
He's telling me you hush.
This game will be on ESPN too. This game will be on ESPNU. BYU struggling against Power 5 team. Got your ass whooped by Arkansas at home. Now you got to go on a road. You got to take on another independent team in the Liberty Frames. And guess what the Liberty Frames are? The Liberty Frames are 6-7. So,
you know, it's funny that we're still giving BYU a bunch of publicity.
Here we are. They getting all the good matchups. What you want me to do? They play Arkansas. They playing Liberty. They play Baylor. They can't ignore it.
And they're on their way to the Big 12.
And the Liberty Frames, they 6-1. I can't ignore that. They 6-1.
So what if Liberty does it? So are you saying Liberty could be BYU?
They could go to. Is that Liberty?
Yeah, well, you know what? You mentioned BYU. We always say they're going to the Big 12. I mean, I just can't wait to see TCU whip them again.
I mean, let's face it. Cougars don't like fire, right?
Nope.
I think it's the wrong time to be playing with some flames. All right, let's get to our primetime slot. 7 o'clock ESPN. Oh, let's go to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, shall we? That team that is called Salt by one Nick Saban is still ranked in the top 10 at 6. They are hosting 24th ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs. We don't know what Mississippi State Bulldog team Mike Leach is going to get, but he better get the right one because usually, as I always say, and Bearmaker in particular, because I said it last year at the same time, Alabama don't lose back-to-back games. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody was happy in Texas A&M beat Alabama, and I shut everybody up. Remember that?
Yep.
Alabama ain't gonna lose the rest of the year, and they ain't lose
They
till they got to
did.
they got to the national championship game.
Yeah, we always talked. Yeah, they destroyed Georgia in the SEC championship, and then they get destroyed in the national championship.
This year it feels kind of different though, dog. They're not gonna lose this game. They don't lose back-to-back game. This year feels kind of different. They still got LSU. They still got Ole Miss on the
Yeah,
schedule.
they don't. But as you kind of like always like to say, any given Sunday, any given day, you never say never.
But I don't like Mississippi State chances. I'm just saying. That's 7 p.m. ESPN, 7 p.m. CBS. Mountain West action. Hey, the Mountain West is back. Boise State on the road at Air Force. The triple option is working this season. Can Boise State handle the triple option? Oh. Air Force. Yeah, that's a tough one.
The Air Force Academy in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't been to Colorado Springs, I strongly recommend going. Last time I was there was about when I was 18. Colorado Springs is a beautiful place.
All right, that is 7 p.m. CBS Sports. Let's go to 7:30 ABC. I do believe Kurt Hershey and Chris Fowler will be calling this game because it's Big Ten action. Minnesota, who don't know what they're gonna do with their quarterback. They are on the road.
You mentioned Mr. Herbstreit. Yeah, put a smile on the faces. I get it.
16 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions coming out that embarrassment off that Bearman talked about when we did our 2-minute drill to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
They are looking for a bounce back game to stay within the Big Ten East because Ohio State's still undefeated and Michigan's still undefeated. And yeah.
Well, Minnesota ain't doing too good.
Nope.
So there's really no excuse for Penn State. Although Minnesota did destroy Michigan State.
And yet again, let's put Bearman on ice because the final game for this campus tour is 8 p.m. Let's go back to Fort Worth, Texas. This time, let's go in prime time.
In my backyard.
With that high-powered 8th-ranked Horned Frogs hosting the dangerous Wildcats of 17th-ranked Kansas State.
Fort Worth is my backyard, buddy.
You have a dangerous Kansas State team coming in.
Yeah. And they also had that dangerous Oklahoma State team come in.
No, Oklahoma State wasn't dangerous. Oklahoma State was leading the Big 12. TCU is leading the Big 12. The team that's behind them is that team right there.
Yeah, a Kansas State team that didn't they embarrass the University of Oklahoma as well?
Yeah, they went to Norman, Oklahoma and did it.
Yeah. So Kansas State is definitely a worthy opponent, and who knows what they're capable of? They could pull off an upset. It's only up to TCU to make sure that doesn't happen.
The loser, as long as Oklahoma State takes care of Texas, one of y'all gonna fall behind because Oklahoma will be right back where they need to be.
Yeah, but I need my Horned Frogs to win.
That right there was no Bear Down Pick 6 tonight's show because it's on a Monday. But y'all have our picks when Saturday gets here. They will be up on the graphic like I always do. You will have them on Saturday. But no Bear Down Pick 6, so that's how we're going to close out the show. Bearman, any final words as we get ready for week 8 of college football?
See y'all tomorrow.
Tomorrow. As the Prez is taking a break, I will be controlled until whenever he decides to come back. So tomorrow, the same two of us again for Arch Rivals football. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on all the channels on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, whatever you think. We will be here and we will get to all the action that took place in the NFL, including tonight's game of Denver Broncos and the LA Chargers. So for that bear man over there that is in Texas, Alex Kazzaz, I am the Playmaker down in the South. We will catch y'all tomorrow for Arch Rivals football. Deuces.
You've just experienced Bearing Down the Gridiron, featuring your hosts, Alex the Bearman Kazzaz and Darnell the Playmaker Sallins. Executive production is done by Ricky, the master of Mayhem, Litwinkowich. Click that like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when a new Bearing Down the Gridiron episode is live on the air. Check out our sponsor links down below for everyday deals on Fanatics, NFLshop.com, and Points.com. Need merch? Check out www.paintrainpipebomb.threadless.com for quality merchandise at amazing prices.